Hi, this is MX Electric, and here to just do a quick little 250 mile review. I'm at 252 miles. So today we're riding out in the Plaster City OHV Park and doing some of the trails we've done before on our quads and on our RZR. And I am really surprised how good my bike does on this. You know, I've had a Honda Monkey and it didn't inspire much confidence, and that's after I changed suspension and I didn't think it was that great, maybe on the street. But this will do anything within reason that like a Honda Monkey or a Grom will do. There's places I can easily do 20 miles an hour or faster. Now, since I've done my suspension upgrades, it rides really good. And just, you know, pros. This bike it's really solid feeling. Whether you're on the street, on the dirt, it's really solid. The brakes work good. I have zero issues with brakes. They stop good. For if you're doing a lot of trail and dirt stuff, you would never need to have bigger brakes than this, because I just don't see where you need it. It's corners good. Now that we've messed with the suspension and stuff, it corners good. It flows back and forth really good. Our tires work really good from where we're hitting sandy ground to this real rocky, bumpy stuff. These Shinko 244s work really good. And something that Juice doesn't get a lot of compliments about that is really neat is having the mag wheels instead of spokes. Spokes loosen up, they break, you tighten them back up, and then your wheel doesn't stay true. It kind of wobbles like this, and you can feel it at higher speed. You get a little more weight. This bike is a little heavier than some of its competitors, but it's beefy, so you can do stuff like this all day, every day, and your bike is still going to stay nice and tight. The only thing we've had to do on our bikes, other than things we wanted to change, was we adjusted our derailleurs, because we had to adjust the cable, because the cable stretched a little bit after a while. Other than that, we haven't had any problems, no flats. Just works good. With my lower shock and my bike being a little lighter, just seems like even through sandy stuff. We tried to do some of these trails about 10 months ago on our camp scramblers, and they just were too rough without any back suspension. It just beat you to death. And because you couldn't adjust the height of your bike, anytime you hit something soft, they just wanted to dig in and fall over. And the extra power, these things, even some of these hills without pedaling, coming out of these washes and stuff, that they just under throttle just take right off. Cons, the stock suspension's a little stiff. Other than that, I don't really have anything bad to say about this bike. It's fun on the street, it's fun on dirt roads, and this is more, more off-road trails, and it's working really good in this. So I think it's been well worth the money. There are some bikes that are a little cheaper, but when you consider how easy it is to pedal this thing as you go, it's really comfortable. That I don't think there's anything else that I would change other than like the pedals and the suspension. Anything else we've done on this is just for, to put your phone on or change mirrors. And yes, I've taken off a lot of things off this bike to lighten it up, and it works good. But Shane's has got everything still on his, and his bike's working good too. So, if you want something where you can do everything and you don't have to worry about it, we got plenty of battery. I think it's hard to beat, these Juice Hyperscrambler 2s. They work good, and I would, totally recommend them for anybody that wants just a general, hey, I don't need to go super fast like I would on a motorcycle anymore, but I do want to get out and explore. But if I need to go fast down the highway, I can still do my 33 miles an hour. This is the bike for you. Well worth it. Juice has done a good job. And another thing, the Juice customer service is really nice. You can get a hold of them. They're nice. They always are very helpful. You can get your parts quick. You get your bikes quick once they're shipped out. So yeah, if you have any comments or anything, please let us know. Hi, this is just an update from my earlier 250-mile review. So we finished out this trail ride. Now this is places, you know, we've taken dune buggies, like I said, quads, my Raptor before. This bike right here definitely works better than any quad I ever brought out here. It's nimble, it rode really good. Sometimes in the softer sand it, you know, has to work to get through. But we went through some Jeep trails, and some of the, you know, stuff you'll see from Shane's video is, you know, it's gnarly. This is stuff that guys bring their bikes out and, you know, their Jeeps and dune buggies to do. And this worked really good. I mean, I can go through rough ground 15 to 20 miles an hour, through real kind of sketchy rough stuff probably 10 to 15, and then on smoother stuff I was getting up, you know, over 30 miles an hour, and it works really good. I rode Shane's. The difference between having the 320 millimeter shocks and the 280 is like night and day. Lowering the back of your bike, unless you're really tall, if you're 5'10" or under, or even a little more than that, your bike handles so much better in the dirt than it does with the back end up higher. You know, as soon as you get on his, all of a sudden you feel like you're more up on top of it, and the front end is kind of going, you know, wanting to go all over. With this, slide back on the seat a little bit, and this thing just stayed nice and straight, unless you got in real deep sand, then it kind of did the Watusi. But yeah, this is a good setup. This would blow my Monkey or even my TW200. There's nothing I could do on that this bike won't do. Maybe not quite as fast, but you're not fighting 270 some pounds either. You know, this you can cruise around when you start getting tired, and amazing. If you break a chain or something, you got this cool hub drive, and you can make it back to camp. You know, you won't be pushing your bike back. So somebody would have told me this 15 years ago that, you know, I wouldn't be riding, you know, motorcycles, and I'd be riding a little electric bike like this and having this kind of fun. I would have never believed it. But, you know, you could easily, we went about 10 miles, and so you could easily do that on one battery, and then it'd even be lighter, and your bike would probably work even better. So, you know, good job, Juiced Bikes. You know, you designed a nice bike, and with a little help, this is a fun little off-road bike. So just wanted to say that, how much I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you to Shane for doing these videos.